Warning, this content may be disturbing to some audiences. Subscribe. If you dare. Guy committed suicide in the barracks one morning. Hey everybody, welcome to ANECDOSED. People ask Reddit. Serious. Armed service members of Reddit, what is one story from boot camp that you will never forget? Number 1. We were in the second phase of training, which meant we were at the shooting range. Half of the recruits would fire in the morning, and half in the afternoon, with a break for lunch in between. One of my good friends was singing to himself under his breath while he was pulling out the contents of his MRE, meals ready to eat. One of the drill instructors, Drill Instructor A, overheard him, and demanded to know who it was. This recruit was singing. The recruit sheepishly replied, knowing full well what was to come. "Oh, we want to sing, huh? Tight, hope you like dirt," the drill instructor replied, a twinkle in his eye knowing he was about to make a recruit's life hell. Another drill instructor, Drill Instructor B, from another platoon in the company overhears the commotion, and wants to know what is happening. Recruit X wants to sing, Drill Instructor A replies. Drill Instructor B, being a bit more experienced and a bit more cunning, has something else in mind than standard IT. "Tell me who you were singing to," he demands. Recruit X is sitting next to Recruit Y, and tells the drill instructors that he was singing to Recruit Y. A devilish smile crosses the face of Drill Instructor B, who orders both Recruits X and Y to undo the clips on their Kevlar helmets. He then ordered them to clip one another's Kevlars, Recruit X's male end into Y's female end, and vice versa. At this point, the two recruits are clipped into one another's helmets. Their faces are close enough to the point where they are practically Eskimo kissing. Drill Instructor B, satisfied with his work, practically whispers into Recruit X's ear, "Now sing." Without missing a beat, Recruit X begins to belt out "Somewhere Over the Rainbow." "I lost my bearing and got sent to the dirt, but it was completely worth it." He also says it was worth it. Those were the kinds of things that made boot camp bearable. Number 2. I was not the one in boot camp, but a very good friend of mine was, and I managed to make it a living hell for him by thinking I was funny. My friend mailed me a letter, this was back in the late 1980s, to say hi and give me his mailing address in boot camp. He asked me to send him some pictures of our friends. So, I wrote back and included half a dozen pictures. 5 of them were normal pictures of our group of friends doing things. One of them was a picture from our high school graduation where we all lifted up our gowns, bent over, and slapped ourselves on the ass. The picture basically just shows 8 asses lined up bent over. It's pretty funny and we all laughed about it when we took it. Well, I didn't know his drill instructor was going to show them to everyone. Apparently, he opened the letter, looked through the pics and made fun of them, then got to the ass picture and asked my buddy if he liked man ass. When my buddy said no, the DI then said, "Well then, why would someone send you a picture of nothing but man ass?" And he showed the pic to the entire group. Everyone was laughing and my buddy became known as Man Ass Lover, or Mal for short. That nickname stuck with him through boot camp. About a year after boot camp, he was stationed in Texas and was hanging out with a couple of other guys he worked with when they ran into someone he went to boot camp with. That guy brought up the nickname and his new buddies started using it. So, my funny picture got my buddy labeled Man Ass Lover for his entire military career. He was not what you might call pleased about it. Number 3. MCRD San Diego, very early on in the cycle. It's early morning, we are marching in formation to the chow hall. It's dark, and I am in the leftmost of 4 marching columns, close to one of our drill instructors. There is a rather overweight recruit in front of me. This young man's recruiting command let him come to training before he was ready, but he's here now, and the DI walking next to him is sizing him the F up. After maybe 15 long seconds of contemplation, the DI leans in and hisses, "Boy, I'm going to sweat the Crisco out of you." I snorted and was righteously screamed at for losing my bearing. Hoorah! Number 4. Guy committed suicide in the barracks one morning. We were like 3rd or 4th week in Army basic training, which is pretty much nothing but the shooting ranges. When you come off the range, you're supposed to be searched for ammo, but complacency is a thing and it's a half-assed search. Well, the kid was being a F up as usual. One morning after chow, when the drill sergeant got on his ass about it, he started giving him the death stare, which pissed off DS even more. After the ass chewing and punishment, they told us to go get our shit ready to go to the range. Typically, this kid was the last to do anything, but that day he was the first to go upstairs after chow, which we kind of joked about. Maybe he needed to take a shit because we never saw him move that fast. Can't find this effing kid and we're running late. Guy goes to check the latrine and he's dead in there apparently, and screams for DS. DS runs in there, comes out and tells me to call 911, but their little office was locked so I couldn't. I didn't see him, but the guy who did was pretty F up for a while. The guy who killed himself was kind of a piece of shit the whole time, starting fights, stealing shit, getting us in trouble. I was not upset he was gone. Apparently he had stolen rounds off the range, and was about a second away from killing the DS but decided not to for whatever reason. We didn't see that DS for a few weeks. Searches after the range took hours after this incident. Several people pissed themselves waiting to be searched and cleared. We didn't train for weeks due to a CID investigation which sucked. We just cleaned the barracks, went to chow, then cleaned the barracks some more. Very tedious, and it made us have to stay that much longer before we could graduate. Number 5. There was a guy in our division that spoke pretty fluent Russian, not ancestry or anything, just learned Russian in college. So for the first couple of weeks he'd reply in Russian as a joke, but our RDC told him to only speak in Russian for the duration of boot camp unless told otherwise. During battle stations he said something in English and he was punished because of it, but other than that, he kept it up. RDC even brought a YN who spoke Russian to see if he really was saying real stuff and not gibberish. Number 6. Commenter. I was in a US Air Force boot camp, and I was on duty as a dorm guard. We had a list next to the locked door to the dorm. The way it worked was, the T or DI and other services would come up to the door, knock, I'd check his ID, compare it to the list and either let him in or reject. Our TIS would try hard to get us to open the door for them without proper authorization. If you did, you could be recycled, which meant you went back 2 weeks in training and had to move dorms. This day, my TI tried to get me to let him in. Bam bam bam. Me, sir, may I help you? TI, oh my god, it's freaking you. Open the door. Me, sir, may I see your authority to enter? TI, you wanna see that shit? Here. Holds up a banana. Me holds up finger to banana. Banana. Drags finger down, names on list. Sir, may I refer you to the commander support staff? TI, no you may not. Open this damn door, bastard. Pounds the door for another 20 seconds, then lets himself in with a key. TI, good job. Bet if I'd have had some cookies you'd have let me in. Good times. Person B. Ours would hold up a Mickey Mouse card. Look on the list, nope, no Mickey Mouse, until one day he changed the list and added Mickey Mouse. Our T was a SRA who never made staff sergeant, so he was being kicked out. Number 7. We decorated our drill instructor's office in the middle of the night before his birthday. Pink balloons, pink streamers, and a big pink cake. He found it about 10 minutes before morning PT. Made for a rough PT session, but worth it. Then, figuring he'd taught us a lesson, he ordered the class to the mess hall. We marched everywhere as a group with one of us calling cadence. The guy calling cadence did a little marching rendition of Happy Birthday to You as we were walking away, which sent him back into meltdown. We found ourselves back in the grass doing push-ups while he yelled at us about respect. As a rule, push-ups were always done in unison, and we had to shout teamwork on the way down and discipline on the way up. Halfway through his speech he realized we were yelling happy and birthday instead. At that point he just gave up and let us go. Number 8. We helped a dude go AWOL during basic training. He was a weird dude and wasn't super popular with the other guys in the platoon. We caught him crying in his bunk one night after lights out. Turns out his grandmother had died that week and he wasn't allowed to go home for the funeral because she wasn't his immediate family, mother, father, siblings. Turns out she raised him though, and he was contemplating running off. Later that week, we all scrounged up whatever cash we had and gave it to another guy in our platoon. We were in Fort Benning, Georgia, and the guy happened to be from that very town and his wife lived a few miles off post. We set it up so she'd come by in the middle of the night, we'd open the bay doors, which set off an alarm, and he ran out and jumped in her car. She drove him to the bus station and he bought a bus ticket home. Never heard from the guy again, but I hope he's doing alright. Number 9. A kid from Detroit I'll call Leotis. Even after 6 weeks of marching parties and push-ups, the Navy failed to beat the smartass out of that kid. He wore his cover at a rakish angle, marched like he was sashaying up and down 8 Mile, and had a smart remark for everything around him. I was impressed at his ability to suffer so much punishment without breaking. Then, around week 7, a very attractive female officer walked past our marching company. Leotis just could not contain himself. He catcalled her from the ranks. "Oh baby, y'all looking fine. Woo-wee." She called our company to a halt. She and the company commander pulled Leotis out of the ranks. She tore him up and down while he smiled at attention. She could see she was making no headway. Chief marched him off somewhere. The female officer gave us all a quick reminder of what a effing officer is and what a effing recruit is and how the two relate. We gave her yes ma'ams and avoided any more conflict. Never saw Leotis again. I wonder if he ever graduated or if he went right back to Detroit. He may have been a shitty recruit, but he was a tough nut to crack. Make sure to share your personal story in the comments below and have the opportunity to be featured in a future video. Also, if you like these topics, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button to continue seeing more content like this every day. See you next time.